September 11th, 2001. Clear blue skies. People rushing to work. Coffee in one hand. Dreams in the other. No one knew that within minutes, the world would change forever. At 8:46 a.m., a loud explosion shook New York City. Smoke poured into the sky, and millions of people watching live television thought the same thing. Was this an accident? It wasn't. What happened next would become one of the most shocking and tragic events in modern history. This is the full story of 9/11. The target was the World Trade Center in New York City. Two massive skyscrapers known as the Twin Towers. They symbolized American economic power. Every day, nearly 50,000 people worked inside those buildings. Tourists visited the observation deck. Businesses operated normally. That morning felt peaceful. But in the sky above, 4 commercial airplanes had been hijacked. The attackers were members of the extremist group Al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden. American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower at 8:46 a.m. Fire erupted. Thick black smoke filled the sky. At first, news channels reported it as a tragic accident. Maybe pilot error. Maybe mechanical failure. But 17 minutes later, United Airlines Flight 175 slammed into the South Tower. Live on television, the entire world saw it happen. In that moment, everything became clear. This was not an accident. America was under attack. Panic spread across New York. People ran through the streets covered in dust and debris. Emergency responders rushed toward the buildings, while thousands inside the towers. People above the impact zones were trapped. Smoke filled hallways. Elevators stopped working. Some called their families. Some sent final messages. Firefighters climbed hundreds of floors carrying heavy gear, knowing the danger, but going anyway. They weren't running away. They were running in. The attack on the Pentagon. At 9:37 a.m., another hijacked plane, American Airlines Flight 77, crashed into the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense. Now it was undeniable. This was a coordinated terrorist attack. Fourth plane, United Airlines Flight 93, was heading toward Washington, D.C. Passengers learned about the earlier attacks through phone calls. They understood what was happening, and they made a decision. Instead of waiting, they fought back. The plane crashed into a field in Pennsylvania. It never reached its intended target, believed to be either the White House or the U.S. Capitol. Those passengers became heroes that day. At 9:59 a.m., the South Tower collapsed. A massive cloud of dust swallowed Manhattan. At 10:28 a.m., the North Tower fell. In less than 2 hours, both towers were gone. Nearly 3,000 people lost their lives that day. Thousands more were injured. It was the deadliest terrorist attack in U.S. history. The world changes. Airspace across the United States was shut down. Financial markets closed. Security laws changed overnight. The U.S. launched the War on Terror. Weeks later, America invaded Afghanistan to dismantle Al-Qaeda and capture Osama bin Laden. For years, his whereabouts remained unknown, until May 2, 2011, when U.S. forces located and killed him in Pakistan. But the impact of 9/11 didn't end there. Airports changed. Governments changed. Foreign policy changed. Parents who never came home. Children who grew up without mothers or fathers. Firefighters who sacrificed everything. Yet in the middle of fear, there was courage. Strangers helped strangers. Boats rescued thousands from Manhattan. Communities came together. Even in darkness, humanity shined, remembering and rebuilding. Today, the National September 11th Memorial and Museum stands where the towers once stood. Beside it rises One World Trade Center, a symbol of resilience. Every year, names are read aloud. Moments of silence are observed. Because this isn't just history, it's memory. September 11th was a day of unimaginable loss. But it was also a day that revealed something powerful. The strength of ordinary people. Firefighters who climbed higher than fear. Passengers who chose courage over survival. A city that refused to fall, even when its towers did. The skyline changed. Security changed. Politics changed. But one thing didn't change. The human spirit. And maybe That is what the attackers never understood. Never forget,